This letterhead is always a problem in the banks. If I consider this as a black and white, means whole thing as black and white, then many banks say, no, this can't be a letterhead because it's in black and white. It should be colored. Who told you that it should be colored? It can be anything. Even if I don't write anything and type it over here for A1 Industries proprietor and no heading as such, no part of this top part, then also it's a letterhead of mine because somebody has signed it as A1 Industries. So it becomes a letterhead of mine. Okay. Okay. Next, states that it is original unless the statement appears not to apply to the document presented. Means what? It states that it is original. That document itself states that it's original, and many a times what happens, we get these letters from our banks only that signature is not required as it's a computer generated statement. So if it states that it's original, then, and even if it is not signed, then also it's considered as original unless the statement appears not to apply to the document presented. Means what? If the statement itself states that it's not original or it should not be applied, that this without signature need not be applied to so and so document. This is hardly any case nowadays. But if it states that if it does not apply to this letter or such and such letter, then it need not, we need not consider it as original. D. If the credit requires presentation of copies of documents, presentation of either originals or copies is permitted. Means what? If it says photocopies or copies of invoice or copies of transport document, means 3 originals and 3 copies, or some, let's say, copies of wait list, and the customer provides or the beneficiary provides all the originals, then also it's okay. Either originals or copies. Means if copies are required, you can present originals or copies. But if originals are required, then only original. Okay. If the credit requires a presentation of multiple documents by using terms such as in duplicate, in twofold, or in 2 copies, then this will be satisfied by presentation of at least one original and the remaining number in copies, except when the document itself indicates otherwise. What does this mean? This is just what we discussed earlier regarding that invoice insurance. See this: twofold, duplicate, or in 2 copies. See here, in exam, you will only get these 3 words only. Okay, you won't get any similar word to this effect. You'll get only these 3 words, and based on that only the questions will be asked. So if it is said that in duplicate, twofold, or in 2 copies, now even if 2 means not only 2, it should be 3 also, 5 also, 10 also. Okay, then it will be satisfied by presenting at least one originals and the remaining number of copies, except when the document itself indicates otherwise. What does this mean? If it's an insurance document, and if it is asked present the insurance policy in 2 folds, now it doesn't mean that one insurance and one copy. You have to present it in 2 originals because document itself indicates. Okay. 18. Commercial invoice. The commercial invoice must appear to have been issued by the beni. Simple. Must appear to have been issued by the beneficiary. Means beneficiary should issue this invoice. Now, what can be the case where beneficiary does not issue? Article 38. What is this Article 38? It's regarding the transfer LC. In that case, the beneficiary will be second beneficiary. So he will issue the document, insurance document, invoice document. Okay. So he may issue. Of course, there are certain provisions to it. We'll discuss it when we pass through the Article 38. Okay. Because this first beni always has a right to replace these documents, right, of the second beni. So they should be issued by the beni, made out in the name of the applicant. Now there's one problem in this: made out in the name of applicant. Now when I say that issuing bank is handling the documents, why should the documents be named in the name of the applicant? It should be named in the name of the issuing bank. Why invoice should be named in the name of applicant? Because always remember,